There we go. Time for the team huddles. Poland line up with Renata Napek-Miazga, Alexandra Zanachaska and Eva Czesbinska. Barbara Rutz is the reserve. Russia line up with Tatiana Andrushina, Violeta Kolobova, Anastasia Soldatova, and Tatiana Gudkova goes onto the bench for this one. She's been fencing in the team throughout the day, but Soldatova's come into the Russian team. This for gold here in Tallinn. Well, I'm hoping that this commercial music is not going to take us off air. But that's why we have to go silent in between matches. Strict rules on usage rights for commercial music. Hopefully YouTube will let us off that one. Here though, we start the match with Eva Czesbinska and Anastasia Soldatova. Poland, European champions, beat Russia in Düsseldorf back in June. Russia picked up a silver medal at the World Championships, losing to China. Here though, these teams are going for the top spot. Now this, as I said, is resumption of Olympic qualification. The top 4 teams in April of 2020 in the ranking list, the Olympic ranking list, will qualify irrespective of zones, and all 4 of them made it through to the semi-finals here, so putting a bit of a gap to the chasing teams. Interestingly though, China losing in the semi-finals and then losing in the bronze medal playoff, finished 4th and will leave this tournament with 252 ranking points for the Olympic Games. Should Russia win this match, they will tie with China on 252 points. So it's a really big one here for both these teams. Nice defensive action there from Soldatova. Stepping back, giving himself the room for a circular cease parry. Landing a very sharp riposte. Well, clearly, Czubinska's not wanting to let Russia come out of this first leg with a lead, but impressing, and gets a double. It does close the gap up now. And time runs out on us, 3 apiece, so nothing between these two. We saw how important the lead was after the first leg in the bronze medal playoff, and Czubinska did a good job to close that one up. We move on to leg number 2, and we'll see Napek-Miazga come on for Poland and Kolobova come on for the Russians. Silver medalist in the individual yesterday, so it's been a busy weekend for Violetta Kolobova. Michal Pagiev, the referee, will get us underway. We started today with 30 teams. Poland came through Belgium, Hong Kong, and then China to make this gold medal match. I've got to say here that Napek-Miazga is doing a great job. She opened up the lead, and that's forced Kolobova to come out after her. I believe that's an earring that's come out for a Russian. The Russians are top seeds coming into this. They had a bye through the round of 32 before beating Switzerland, Germany and the USA en route to this gold medal match. Perhaps not the execution that Napek-Miazga wanted there. She avoided the first attack from Kolobova. this time. A more direct route to the target. Again, Napek Niazga missing. Couple of unforced errors from the Polish fencer. Well, it's a strong Russian unit, that is for sure. Ranked top of the world at the moment. But this Polish team, whilst their individual component parts might not necessarily look as good on paper at an individual level, they have come together over the past few months and they really are a very strong unit. 9 apiece, nothing between the two teams. Zamachowska comes on for Poland and she's up against Andrzejczyna for Russia. Zamachowska there, breaking out into a 1-point lead. Vanessa Chichon has come over, noticed something on the piste. That's probably a little clip that goes over the body wire when it's plugged into the weapon. So Chichon's just having a look at that to make sure that all the safety measures are in place. She seems insistent on making sure that's back on, the referee. You can just about see that is the little C-clip that comes over the top of the body wire to hold it in place. And you can see why Vanessa Chichon wanted that kept in. It's there for a reason. It keeps a good connection. All fixed. Zamachowska resumes her business. Just like that, Andrushina has turned it around, and now the Russians lead by 1. They have been cancelling each other out throughout the first 3 legs. And we are now 1 away from the target score of 15. A third of the way through this match. Just attacking from just a little bit too far away. A little dummy fake attack there from Andrushina, and just opened up a target to Zamachowska, who fell into the trap. But the Russians only lead by a single point at the third way stage. And Napek Miazga comes on to face Soldatova. Well, you can see here they got wrapped up in each other. I just got from the replay just a little early, but they got wrapped up in each other, and that's why referee Chichon called them apart. And this one has swung back towards Poland, but now they have a 2-point lead. Fancy that the Poles will be targeting Soldatova, but she came through her first leg against Chybinska, perhaps the strongest of the Polish lineup, matching her 3 points each in that first leg. And here forcing through at a second remise. Picks up the blade. The strength of Napek Miazga actually forces Soldatova back, and she had 2 bites at a remise and got the second one. Patient pressing from the Russian, just trying to fashion an opening. And this time goes for the simple hit. Couple of beats on the blade just to see what the response is, and then you saw that beautiful beat flick to the inside of the wrist. Soldatova working on that cart beat a couple of times. In the end, she needed it for the double there. Well, level pegging again. This time after 4 fights, 18 apiece, and there really is nothing in this. Eva Chibinska is on. Kolobova comes on for the Russians. This is a very, very tense match. Remember, if Russia were to take it, they will tie on points with China at the top of the Olympic rankings. And that was a very sporting gesture from Chibinska. Kolobova was coming onto the piece, decided to plug herself on, and then said to her Russian opponent, "I don't think you're supposed to be on the piste. It's supposed to be Tatiana Andriushina." Very sporting in a gold medal match, because if the team had come on in the wrong order, they're immediately disqualified from the match. Well, after... Well, I think if there was a fair play award at this first World Cup of Fencing's international season, it would definitely go to Chibinska, who effectively could have won the match had she let Kolobova come on and start fencing. So the P yellows shown for no hit scored in a minute. First one of first call of non-combativity in this gold medal match. Chibinska now with the lead, playing the percentage game, forcing Andreshina on when pressed to the back line. She sparks out a really fast step lunge attack. Beautiful hit there as Poland re-established that 2-point lead they had a little bit earlier on. Well, I talked about this yesterday, that sometimes in épée it's a patient waiting game. You create an opening for yourself, it's then about execution. If that execution isn't perfect, the game becomes more about your trained responses and your ability to react to what's right in front of you when you're in close distance. And Chibinska there was absolutely superb in that ilk. She really did respond very well to a failed attack. She's opened up a 3-point lead, Poland with the mini advantage after 5 legs in this gold medal match. Up next, it's Zamachowska for Poland. Chibinska giving her some clear guidance for this match, where she will go up against Violetta Kolobova. Well, we know that Kolobova is an active creator. That's her style. Zamachowska, if she's going to play the containment game, needs to stay very sharp and manage her distance really well, not give up too much ground. Well, no net gain for the Russian, despite doing all the work here. POL might be glad she got away with a double in that last action. And this time, this is a fist pump to the team box there. Because I think certainly one of them, maybe Chabinska, gave her a little handy hint when Kolobova throws the dummy and tries to persuade you to come in. Make sure you close the distance right up. And that's why, because Kolobova can come over the top with the counter action on the arm. Super accurate, a great hit there from yesterday's silver medalist. And just a little bit too quick off the mark there. From too far away, the Russian. A sharp response from Zamachowska. Still trying to press and close the gap. Came in with a 2-hit deficit. Sorry, a 3-hit deficit, and now have narrowed that to 2. And still pressing, still going for it, and working well. The Russian now has closed the gap up by 2 points. And now it's all square. Will she go for another one? 13 seconds left on the clock. If I was her, the way she's fencing, I'd go for it. And it does look like she's going for it. And this time, a solid defense from Zamachowska gets her back into the lead. Oh, and a nice two-phase attack there from Kolobova. She stepped in, raced in, stopped. And then that threw out a counter-action from the Polish fencer. And Kolobova was able to counter and get a single light. Still pressing. And getting a double. So, happy to settle for closing the gap up by 3 points. To make things all level, 11 scored from Kolobova, 8 from Zamachowska. Zamachowska now on a -4 indicator as Napek Miazga comes out for the Polish team. There she is. And she's up against Tatiana Andriashina. And this is the start of the final third, the final 3 matches here at the 2019 Tallinn World Cup. Andrushina here, she's had a couple of forays at Napek Miazga, but that's not really committed at the end. Napek Miazga playing a containment game and skipping out of distance. Just avoiding the attack, and then second time of asking, plans her responding attack. And this is where a lead is so crucial. And the key thing here is Andrushina shouldn't try and give anything away. She doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. Loses her weapon. That hit will not stand. That hit will not stand. The weapon of Andrushina came apart in the beat. Pols have asked for a video review. Yeah, so and I think that's a fair call from Vanessa Chichon. In the clash of blades, Andrushina lost her weapon, and that is the reason the referee called halt. So even though the hit came very quickly afterwards, and you could even argue that it came within one fencing action, there was no way that Andrushina could defend herself as her weapon was on the floor. The response from Napek Miazga is to score another single light. So inside the final 10 seconds, and it's been a brilliant leg for Napek Miazga. Scored 5 points to 2. Andrushina comes away from her 3 legs, having given away 5 more points than she scored. Napek Miazga finishing on a +3 indicator. On comes Zamachowska for her final leg up against Soldatova. I wonder what Soldatova is going to do here. Very neat and tidy, the Russian. Little flicks around the guard. Zamachowska sharp enough to get the double. That's very nice. Collecting the blade on the way through that time. Very classic approach from Soldatova. Her style is almost straight from the textbook. Busy on her feet as well. Just trying to play at a very close distance here, even against this tall Polish fencer. She's certainly forcing the actions. just not enough of push really here from Soldatova. She's doing all the work, but she's relying on forcing Zamachowska into making an action. And then even when she does, only able to get away with doubles. And the gap goes back to 3 points, which is where it was at the start of this match. Target score in this leg of 40. We haven't hit the target score since the third leg of this match. Getting caught up, and in close quarters, it's Zamachowska, the taller fencer, who gets us to the target score for the first time in 6 legs. And Soldatova just looking back to the box to see if it's worth calling a video review. And the hit does indeed stand. Poland have a 4-point lead going into the final leg. Eva Chybinska here going up against Violetta Kolobova, the 2 star players for their teams. We'll duke it out, but Chybinska is in the box seat. I wonder how quickly Kolobova is going to come out for this 9th and final leg. Surprisingly, Chybinska falling into the track. The Russian left her a little opening and she took the bait. Kolobova's closed the gap by 1. And this is where doubles make a big difference. The final leg, they're near the target score. The double means the leading team get closer to the winning score of 45 whilst maintaining the gap. Attacking from way too far away that time, Eva Chybinska. Kolobova not only had time to make the parry, but she had time also to put in a bit of body evasion, twisting her back shoulder away from the oncoming pole. So on the back line, Kolobova decided to go for a beat attack, knocks the blade out of the way, 2 disengages, and that gave Chybinska the time to land the counter action. No right of way in épée, first to hit. This time the parry riposte landing for the pole. Kolobova's not done though. from the Russian. Plenty of time as well. Getting a shout from the team there, Chybinska, as she hit the back line. Kolobova's got back to within 1, and there is still 50 seconds left in this fight. Plenty of time for Kolobova here to press Chybinska to the back line again. Can she draw the Russian team level? On the back line, where's the attack? A double. The damage is that now Chybinska only needs one more light to come up on her side of the box to take Poland to victory. Kolobova pressing a little bit more urgently now. 20 seconds to go in this gold medal match. And there it is, and immediately Chybinska puts her arm up to say on the way down to the parry, she hit the outside of the piece. It's killed a bit of time for the Poles, but again, Chybinska showing her sporting nature, immediately saying that wasn't a hit on my opponent. On the back line now, pinned to it. Kolobova seems reluctant to go for the attack, so Chybinska goes after her, gets the double she needs to take Poland to the gold medal here at the first World Cup of the 2019-20 season. Poland will be on top of the podium here in Tallinn, and by my calculations, they will also overtake Russia in the run for the Olympic Games. A brilliant end to a quite spectacular final. Don't go far, we'll be back for the medal ceremonies very shortly.